That was a really cool and interesting presentation.
It's great because
And
it's
a
the
cool
exact
way.
same thing you do this
There's a
semester.
cool way is like coming in here to see what you get to do at the end, you know, like kind of like
Right.
what your goal is to meet at the end of graduating.
That was one of the key things when setting up this internship program, is making sure that students like you pre-internship have an opportunity to see the internship presentations. Hopefully over time, the process gets better to where, you know, we're elevating the quality of the internships. I'm glad, and everyone here, you'll be doing the same thing this year. Coming in and watching the internship presentations, because I really, it gives you an opportunity to see some of the employers that are out there, number one, and see the presentations, and so when you're ready to present next year, whatever the case may be, that you're doing a great job. Any other questions with that? Other questions? Can I do more than one internship? The answer is yes. You can absolutely do. I encourage you to do multiple internships. Now, you need one internship that's for academic credit or for 4911. You can take multiple internships. You can find those internships online through a lot of places. Tigerlink, for example, people will say internship. Again, just because a company says internship doesn't mean that will meet our requirements for internship. If you run it by me, communicate with us, let us know what you'll be doing. That changes the whole scenario, and that's good because it offers, you know, it gives me an opportunity to meet the company, and gives for future students as well. You know, this might be a good employer. As some of you saw in the last presentations, people saying that I wouldn't work for that company, I would never do this internship, and that's a red flag too for us. We're saying, you know, we're not going to really push students this direction. It wasn't a great environment. Outcomes weren't there for the student. But the way this course is set up with you reporting in weekly, we're able to see what is grading that, you know, how you're progressing in your internship. All right. So moving on to the next page. Can I do my internship, more than one internship experience? Yeah, that has to be approved first. Some people aren't able to get to as many hours at one internship site as they're not able to get to 360 hours. They're only doing 10 hours a week. But it's still, if they're learning at that internship, it counts. So you can do a couple different internships for your experience. But the important thing is you're contacting us, letting us know, and we're aware of it. It can't be, you know, we've had some students in the past who did maybe 2 or 3 different jobs, and that's not really the direction we want to go with it. We prefer to have one place, but if it's 2, we'll take it on a case-by-case basis. So if you're working a restaurant, you know, 2 different restaurants do 2 different things for your internship, that's fine, you just have to let us know. Can I get paid for the internships? Absolutely. But internships can be paid or unpaid. That's strictly between you and the employer. As we'll see in the back, there are specific, through the federal government is what, you know, there's certain criteria for you have to be paid for internships. Would any of you ever do an unpaid internship? What are you doing?
Sports marketing.
Okay, with who?
The athletics, the Tigers.
Okay.
So like football, basketball, baseball.
No valley stuff, right?
Mine's gonna be unpaid.
What's that?
Yeah, mine's gonna be unpaid in the fall.
Okay. A lot of people aren't able to do unpaid internships because finance, whatever the case may be. I would urge you to not, internships such a small, you know, it's a short 12-week period, where if you're working with a company that is going to invest in you, remember this is all about you, the internship. You're not there to, that's called like a labor saver in the business where you're going in, you're doing a line level employee's job. That's why initially a lot of employers, you know, I had students breaking down boxes and waiting tables, and that's not an internship. You know, we're there to learn. So if you're working for a company and their policy may be unpaid internships, that's fine. But it's up to you. It's about whether you can do it or not. The majority of internships are paid, but because of the work that you're doing. But remember, this is all about you and your growth. That's more important, you know, than $8 an hour. But that's just me talking, looking back 20 years. It's completely up to you. What's the faculty internship advisor? That's my position. Basically, I'm approving your internship, saying whether they're they fit the criteria for academic credit. I'm also in touch with your employers. They do evaluations. You're doing evaluations throughout the course of your internship. Every month you're doing those. So it's, you know, that's my job is working between the two entities there and making sure that the internship is a great experience for you. How do I get internship information? There's a couple different sources for that. The first is Axiom Mentor, which everyone is signed up for in class here. And on that site, you'll be able to see internships that are approved. And you break that down by period. You can get summer, fall, spring, it's all broken out on there. It's broken out by industry. Pretty soon sports will be on there as well, so you'll have, so the whole college is gonna be on there. And you'll be able to look at internships in both sport management and hospitality management. But all of those internships are approved. So if you go on that, you'll know the vetting process is already done. I've already approved them. Matt?
Is it categorized by like paid and unpaid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Axiom Mentor is one site. They're all vetted. Second one, you go on to TigerLink. If you go on to TigerLink, which you should all have access to that, you can search for internships. That's not to say all those internships are vetted though. So they need, anything outside of Axiom Mentor needs to go through me, okay? But you can find internships in there, you can find some internships on, there's a ton of different sites you can go on to find them. But the bottom line is, before you sign up for it, that's the one you use for the class, you have to contact me, okay? Most of the time, if they're fitting the criteria for an academic internship, most companies are gonna be able to meet that, but I just need to be in the loop. Who told me if my internship site is okay? Who?
You.
There we go. How do I know what is expected of me in my site during an internship? Well, we have the faculty. There's a faculty or an employer handbook as well. They have this information. They know exactly what's expected. All right. If they're a site on Axiom Mentor, they already have this. They know what they're vetted. If you want to work for a company, when you use your site as a company for your internship, I will send it to them so they're aware of it, and we're all on the same page. So they know the expectation, you know the expectation, and we're all set. How do I start? Where and how do I start the process? You start with your academic advisor. Actually, back it up a step. If you have your internship set, you need a permit to sign up for 4911. You would bring that to me. If you're an Axiom Mentor, I'm already going to know that, I'm already going to be in the process there. So once you find an internship you want, you bring it to me. If it's vetted, I sign off on it. You take it to Ms. Callahan, and you get a permit for the class, and you're in. Okay, that's how the process works. Should I consider in coming to a decision about timing and whether to undertake that, or what should you consider? Basically, when you consider the time commitment, whether it fits with your academic schedule, it's very difficult, I know, to get 360 hours in one semester if you're going to school full time. That's why we're doing this now, so you can break that up. If you're going to be doing an internship in the fall, you get started in the summer, but you know the requirements. That way you have the requirements. I'll open the course shell up to you earlier so you can start putting the stuff in. I can do that. But I want you to know the requirements so that way you're not stressing out about 360 hours in one term while you're working maybe another job and you're working, plus going to school and taking 12, 15 credit hours. Like if you were doing that job in Orange Lake, for example, I know you're probably not taking any class unless they're online classes here, and you'll be able to do all that in one term. You can't start your internship early, in essence, if you have to go to Flohr for that, right? Right. So, but when you're down there, at least you know the expectations, because there's really only 2 times we meet during the internship, the first day and the last day. Most of you have seen the last day where we're giving the presentations in this room. They are 15-minute presentations with 5 minutes of Q&A. The 20-minute block is what you're going to have to present. All right. You're there that day, and you're generally there the first day as well. We spend the first 2 weeks of class, we review the syllabus to make sure everyone's on the same page. But that may be phased out. If you're in Florida, you can't attend that. If you're in Disney, you're not gonna be able to be in there the first day, which is why we're doing all this in pre-internship class, so you know the expectation, all right? Are there any special requirements or procedures to follow for an academic internship? You're doing the first one right now as being an HPRM pre-internship professional development. This is what's going to help prepare you for the for your internship, knowing the criteria for that. It's also helping you get ready from a professional development standpoint, which is equally as important. Can I receive credit for an internship that I've completed in the past? Unfortunately not. You have to, there's only very, very rare exceptions where that's the case. Your internship's gonna be coming in the future. If you did an internship 2 years ago, you can't use it now. Basically what that question's asking. When is internship paperwork due? For the fall, it's due August 1st, for the spring, December 1st, and for summer, April 1st. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I know sometimes employers can't get you offer letters in time. I'm extremely flexible with you, okay? I don't wanna see anybody fail. I don't wanna see you not get into an intern. And I understand that what goes on with employers too, which is why I'm doing this now, so you can get ahead of the curve a little bit and make sure when it's time, you're completely ready and you're ahead of these dates. I've signed people up 2 weeks into an internship because of the issues they've had actually securing it, and I don't want them to be late in graduation or not graduate because of that. So I will work with you.